Hello, it's Marco from Random Door Media. This is my third video on Terafall Survival. The video footage that we're looking at here, I had recorded. I didn't actually bother doing a commentary as I was playing this game for this footage. So instead, I'm actually doing more of a play-by-play commentary over the footage itself. So what I decided to do was, I wanted to see if there was more to the game. So I decided to go out and explore and see what else was available. One of the things I came across is here's gunpowder. So gunpowder looks like it's not something you craft. It looks like it's something that you find in a big bulbous plant. Who am I to question how alien plants work? If the video looks a bit off, I am running this at 1.5 speed. I didn't think it was necessary to show all the footage exactly as it was. As we can see, I'm already going out in the nighttime. I've already encountered another area which has a few different looking things, like that spiky thing I just came across with stone. Here's like another mushroom looking thing. Yeah, I got the torch out in order to see a bit because it's nighttime and it's dark. I wanted to go up and see, does this have any new resources? And it is wood, so okay, nothing new there. Not the big a deal. More sap, okay. My goal was just to go and explore and find all, like, what other biomes were available. There's more gunpowder. I think I did remember to bring my... Oh, yeah. Okay, so there I was looking at the map. You can see some of the different biomes or different areas that I've come across. Yeah, it looks like each rectangle is a separate area and a separate biome. As I was saying, I think I remembered to bring my M60 gun with me. That way I might be able to craft bullets on the way if I came across gunpowder and copper. Up in the sky we can see another flying vessel. I still think that part of the game is kind of cool. Over here we find one of these weird misshaped spires, which is just stone. Another gunpowder plant. Which I chopped down by whacking it with the wood cutter. So this looks like one of the areas that I encountered in my second video, like one of these weird tall mushroom forests. The Lionly Marshland. Some more gunpowder. A lot of those blue stalk plants over here. More iron. Stone. Iron I'm not really worried about, because the ore driller back at the camp digs up iron. There are a few more of those sting bullets, or not sting bullets, insects. Stingtail insects, I think they're called. Yeah, that'll lag. I don't really know if I can fault the game on the lag, because even, like, full release games can encounter lag problems. But it just seems to be, like, pretty nasty in this one. In some of the game that I played, which I didn't get footage of, I would be encountering lag while trying to, like, run from enemies, too, so it got bad there, too. When I brought up the map, you see I've already encountered like 8 areas or so, and I still haven't encountered a POI, a point of interest. So I just continue my trek through the wind and the rain and the thunder. More iron, which I'm not going to bother with. One thing you can say about the terrain and the biomes is that it's done sort of in an arcade style. Like it's not natural. Like each square is a separate biome. The terrain and biomes don't flow into each other in a natural way like you might find in Minecraft or 7 Days to Die. Other games which feature open world survival, which I think do have good terrain generation, And here we come across a different creature at least, so it looks like I'm in a level 3 area. And here we come across this, like, giant turtle creature. I don't bother fighting it because I'm not interested in fighting creatures right now. I just want to walk around to see if I can find anything worth exploring. Just more giant mushroom things. It doesn't seem to be hostile because I got kind of close to it and it didn't attack. Another lag spike. A lot of the stuff we've seen already. Like, we've already seen these stone structures and these ball stacks. Okay, so here's another new creature, which I just passed over on the right, so I go take a closer look at it. Looks to be like a giant crab with like a spiny shell. Take a picture of it. Keep going, because I'm not interested in fighting it. I'll just check the map again to see where I am. Just trying to reveal more areas, so I basically just keep heading west. And hey, I found another structure. In my last video, I came across what looked like a big metal water tower. Now I come across what looks like a radio tower. I go up to it and can't interact with it. Nothing to do here, nothing to find. It's not a POI, so it's just some random thing the developer decided to put in. It's like, I guess they had that asset in their game engine, so they decided to just randomly distribute these around the world. That was a different item. I picked up some sea shade. No idea what it's for. But I picked it up. It was different. So here I decided to stop and mine the copper. Because to make bullets, you only need copper and gunpowder. Like, you don't need to smelt the copper. So I decided, okay, I got some copper, I got some gunpowder. Let me make a workbench, and then I'll make some of the 308 ammo for the M60. So I got my machine gun. I got a bit of ammo for it. Decided to destroy the workbench because I get the materials back anyways. I figured I'd hold on to the M60 in case I was forced to come across a fight or something. In the meantime, I'll just walk around with the pistol out. There's another one of those turtle creatures. I'm still in the, I guess it's a marsh with these large green mushroom things, more blue stalks. Looks like a different biome coming up ahead. The color of the terrain looks different, and there's these, looks like, almost like tall, bare pine trees. And then I came across these, and I was like, whoa, almost stumbled across these. They're very flat, and at first I thought they were just like puddles of oil or something. I was like, no, they're creatures. They didn't seem hostile, so I decided to leave them alone. One of the tips that were provided in a loading screen, the tip that cooking parts from different animals will give you different buffs. So supposedly, kill animals, you get XP, and then you also get parts from them which you can cook to make items that you can consume to give you a buff of some kind. There is a little more to the content than I've seen. Those are wood. More wood. Nothing really interesting happens for a bit. I do notice that on my compass, I do see a few things popping up. Like right up there now, there's what looks like a cave. So I decided, well, I might as well make my way to that, and we'll check that out. Discovered a cave. And sure enough, this is what the POI is. So this is a point of interest. Enter the Greenstone Tunnel, yes. So a bit of a loading screen. Here's a randomly generated cave. Fortunately, it has a nice wooden door. Decided to explore it. Has a bit of a low ceiling. It doesn't look like a cave. It looks like a structure that somebody actually built. Like, you know, these look like worked stone. There's a chest, which, oh, no inventory space for the warned ring. Because, unfortunately, I forgot to drop off stuff like the orichalcum and the adamantine, so I got that still in my inventory. Plus, we have all the tools, which I decided I might need, like a pick and woodcutter. And the inventory space is pretty small. Decided to get rid of a few things. And then, so what did I get? I got a worn ring of strength. Strength plus 0%. So I'm like, not going to bother with it. So I just dropped it. So I just keep exploring, and there's another box, and got some gunpowder. These stalactites and stalagmites are harvestable. They're stone. Like I was saying, this does not look like a cave. It actually looks like a structure created by somebody, because these are actual, like, walls, carved out walls. They look like the floors and ceilings look like they're stone blocks that somebody carved. And there's actual stairs. Haven't encountered any enemies yet. There's some decorations. There's plants and vines and skeletons. Ooh, this looks like it might be important because it's taking longer to loot, so what do we get inside this fancy-looking chest? Cash and an auto pistol. So I take a look at the auto pistol. Like, it fires 20 rounds per second, but it does 15 damage, which is less than the pistol I have, so I didn't bother equipping it. Yeah, some wood. Just appears to be a random layout. Nothing much of interest. I came across this quivering thing. I didn't know what it was, so I went up and took a look at it. Stabbed it, and like, okay, it's just a thing. We actually find out a little bit later in a few minutes what that was. Or at least I speculate. Big blobs of stone. Oh, a little chest hidden behind here with some 50 caliber bullets. It's taking up inventory space. So I decided to drop it. Here's a couple of storage chests. More cash. Cha-ching! Plastic and 357 rounds. One plastic is taking up inventory space. And the bullets I don't need right now. Okay, so I encounter some more of those bugs, so I decided to take them out. And this time it's a crate, not a storage chest. Ooh. Yeah, I decided to get rid of the one plastic. Oh no, still no inventory space for yarn ball, but at least I got some screws, which I still don't have any new recipes unlocked, so I still don't know what the screws and yarn balls are for. There, so we come across a headless humanoid corpse, and that's when I realized that thing that I encountered earlier that was quivering, it was just a torso of a corpse. More loot. There, got cloth and some 308 rounds. Great, so I decided I'll reload my M60, which something I discovered was that whenever you reload a game, like if you log off and reload the game, your gun's empty. So right now, if I logged off right now, my pistol has 9 in the loaded and 116 bullets. If I logged off and logged back in, that 9 would be back down to 0. So you lose the ammo that you currently have in your gun. I figured I was done here. I explored enough. Decided to head back out. Nothing much. At least it stays on the map if I ever wanted to come back in and look at that dungeon again. But at this point, I think I'm about to wrap up. I'm like, I think I got the gist of what the game has to offer. It's just not very interesting. Decided to wander around a bit. I decided maybe I'll go check out this area to the west to see if it unlocks another area. But it's just another one of those glowing mushroom forests. Then I encountered these creatures, which they don't seem to die. There's no indication. There's no health bar on them. There's no blood splatter. So I wasted some ammo and then left them alone. And then that was it. That's it for the gameplay that I did off screen. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to go over and give my thoughts on the game. As seen in the video I just presented, the game offers more content than what I showed in my last two videos. I did not get around to building other generators, or gun turrets, or crafting any of the food items. However, in my opinion, the game is just rather bland and not interesting enough to warrant a longer series. Sometimes an early access game might have some aspect that stands out that provides some incentive to play, even when lacking content or when the game was abandoned. Maybe a game has an interesting combat system, or a detailed world that's fun to explore, or a really good building system. Terafall Survival, unfortunately, is just bland at everything. Where are all those points of interest? With 1.8 million POI spread over 366,000 areas, there should be, on average, 5 POIs per area. I found like 2 over 10 areas. The game is currently selling on the Steam store for about $12.49 Canadian, or around $9.32 US. Fortunately, I bought the game on a 50% off sale. Is the game even worth the money? Let's go over that. The game is in early access and appears to have been abandoned, therefore what you see is what you get. It has many problems that frequently plague early access games. The interface is clunky and takes some getting used to. The furnaces are bugged in that I needed to build separate furnaces just to craft different items. The furnaces are made of stone, but they look like they're made of metal. The woodcutter looks like a powered saw, but is swung like an axe. The ammunition in a gun disappears after reloading a game. There are random spikes of lag when traveling through the landscape. Next, the construction system is very poor. The parts are large, so you cannot build a structure with any sort of detail or personal touch. Having the button to cancel a build be the same as the jump button is stupid and annoying. The part snapping is very inconsistent, and when it does work, the pieces still don't line up correctly. Combat is mediocre at best. I mean, attacking with the knife or firing the pistol gets the job done, but there's no thrill to the combat. There's no animation when firing a gun. Combat just seems like a chore. The terrain generation is very mundane. I want to see great variations in terrain, like mountains and valleys, rivers and lakes. I want to be presented with a landscape that makes me think, I wonder what it looks like beyond those mountains. The terrain in Terafall Survival was mostly flat and the vegetation was sparse. There's a limited inventory. Early on, when you're just gathering wood, iron, carbon, and coal, the inventory was fine. But as I explored more, I was encountering gunpowder, plant mold, cloth, boar tusks, and more. The limitation makes having to manage inventory space a chore. Then having equipped items take up inventory space is even worse. And just a few minor mentions. The long story at the beginning was pointless. Unless the gameplay actually delves into a story of some sort, having a long write-up like that is nonsense. I also found the repair and upgrade and fortify and augment system to be rather confusing, and the tutorial did not explain it well. Okay, what did the game have that was good? I liked the visuals of the crafts flying overhead, especially the ones that flew close to the ground. Those made the world feel lived in, like something else was happening in the world. There were random dungeons where you could find random loot and resources. Those at least provided a reason to go exploring the land. There were 6 different races to select when starting the game, although only the human had the choice of gender. The game had a good day-night cycle, and the weather felt appropriate. Nighttime was not so dark that you literally could not do anything. I'm looking at you, Lost World and the Dreamland. When it rained, the effect looked right and the sound of rain and thunder was well done. So the Steam Store discussion had 3 entries with no replies. The YouTube channel of Player One Entertainment has 2 short videos on the game which are over a year old. This gives every indication that the game has been abandoned. What gameplay there is mediocre at best, and nothing about the game stands out as a reason to play in its current state. Therefore, that is it for this series on Terafall Survival. Have you played Terafall Survival yourself? If so, do you agree with my observations? What was your opinion of the game? Let us know in the comments. I have another crafting building survival game in mind that I want to do a series on. Plus, I have a few other miscellaneous videos that I'm working on. But that is it for this video, and I thank you for watching. Take care, everyone.